NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the Peach Invitational. Hello, everybody. I'm Rich Lerner, and beside me is my friend and colleague Frank Nobilo. We're here in the state of Georgia getting ready to kick off the round here at East Lake Golf Club. It's been a permanent home to the Tour Championship since 2005. Golf course today set up as a par 70 for the professionals, usually a par 72 for the members. I'm excited to call all the action out on the course for you today. Out to the sixth hole now where the action is underway. Let's check in on our featured golfer. Frank, this would be a good time to get it going. Made some pars to this point, but if you want to win, you have to make birdies.
Rich, I think the thought of winning has to be removed from one's psyche right now. You've just got to worry about what's in front of you. It just looks confused, forgetting about playing the actual game itself. Winning happens by a series of good shots. It's get back to the basics of playing golf.
That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. That's well played. Now a good look at birdie. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Wow, I thought that was in. So just a formality here. Frank, that's a par, and onward we go. Par 4-7, slight dogleg to the left, 434 yards. Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. Par yesterday. Now for birdie. I thought that was in.
Yeah, it looked good. I mean, line, pace. It's hard to be critical of that.
Has this one for par. Good work right there. He'll settle for par. Hole number 8, now another dogleg left set up here. 405 yards, par 4. It has historically been one of the final events of the PGA Tour season. Prior to 2007, its field consisted exclusively of the top 30 money winners of the past PGA Tour season. Since 2007, it's been the final event of the four-tournament FedEx Cup playoff, and eligibility is determined by FedEx Cup points amassed throughout the season instead. While originally followed by the PGA Tour Fall Series, a realignment of the Tour's season structure beginning in 2013 makes the Tour Championship the final event of the season.
It's fine.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. Frank, this is good golfing weather. Nice strong breeze. Par 4 8th, Frank, draw it up for us, this approach shot.
Well, a good tee shot, just a short iron in here. This is one hole really where you should go at the flag. If the flag's on the left, take it on. The flag's on the right, take it on. And the reason why is you're going to keep the ball in the right section.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Didn't check, Frank.
Yeah, just not enough spin on that, really. I mean, that almost like took that first bounce and just ricocheted forward.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Either misjudged the win or simply just pulled the wrong club, Frank.
Going to take some skill now. Rich, these players aren't getting a reprieve with the win right now.
Right from the start, the winds have been kicking pretty good.
Yeah, but at least it's presenting that challenge for the players that don't get every other day.
This will test the player. I mean, it's one thing to play with no wind in perfect conditions, but as we know, golf is a game of variables.
Yeah, and better strike will be rewarded today.
And he's made it onto the green now. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Yeah, that really hurts, Frank, missing the bogey putt.
Yeah, now time to get the handkerchief. Double bogey coming up. Even par currently.
Well, that was a little bizarre right there. I didn't expect that. That hole certainly got the best of him. Triple bogey. Now rounding out the front side, finally a par 5. It's a 600-yarder.
Tom Weiskopf was one of my idols growing up. I loved the way he swung. That swing right there reminds me of my idol.
It looks like Rory McIlroy, Frank, sticking the follow through.
Frank, that's as good as I have seen all day long.
I think we're going to blame that on the weather. That weather, the wind had to help that ball, give it another 20, 30 yards. Second shot.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Didn't cover the flagstick on that one, but on the green, safely, with about 30 feet to go. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Pretty good effort right there. Settles in over the putt.
Well, you can see the golfer is just boiling right now after that miss, and a drop shot here at the 9th.
Just a little tap in here. Frank, nothing really went the player's way this week.
Yeah, if this was motor racing, you'd say it's a case of having 4 flat tires.
This is the second par 5 to have been shortened to play as a par 4, and this hole requires that the tee shot be long and to the left side of the fairway. That allows players to see the putting surface. The second shot will likely be a mid to long iron into a pretty large green, and that green slopes severely from back right to front left, making lag putting from the back a real challenge. Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway. Taking dead aim now at the 10th. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Early part of this second 9 and a good approach shot. And now, pretty good chance for birdie.
It's that sneaky distance.
Frank, we haven't seen a whole lot of that, but no doubt it feels good. Moving on to the 11th here, 197 yards.
safely on deck.
Well, that one didn't work out. It didn't look bad in the air. It hit the green, but didn't sit.
Yeah, it was never going to stop.
Now from the bunker.
Yeah, just a little splash out on this par 3.
Great shot coming out of that bunker right there.
Showing some skills today.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Just hammered that par putt, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he was thinking or what was going through his mind right there, but he better wake up in a hurry, because if this one doesn't go in, then that score is going to rack up very quickly.
Losing a bit of ground now in this tournament. With the bogey, falls to 2 over. That concludes round 3 here. Not a very good one, Frank.
Yeah, really a poor performance is the only way to put it. Rich, missing putts throughout the round really kept them back from putting anything of consequence together.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's the final round of the Peach Invitational. Located in Atlanta, Georgia, the East Lake Golf Club is the home course to the legendary golfer Bobby Jones. It's the oldest golf course in the city of Atlanta. This is Rich Lerner along with Frank Nobilo for EA Sports, and we'll be calling all the action out on the course today. Frank, how about the 13th hole? Pretty long par 4.
It is. 470 plays closer to 500. The reason why is you're going back uphill. A slight dogleg left, playing around those 2 bunkers on the left. Another, though, that you have to flight that second shot beautifully. That green pinches in the front, protected by the bunker left and right. Oh, I liked that.
Frank, here at the 13th, the approach shot, what do you want to accomplish?
Another one where you've got to get the ball up quickly, plus you're going uphill. Probably an extra club, and pitch that ball on the left of center.
Good looking shot right here. Frank landed it on the green.
It was never going to stop.
No chance. He'll need to be strong with this. And Frank, that steady play continues.
Rock solid. Excellent approach shot.
Not an easy one, 20 feet away. That is a painful miss right there. And a bogey. Drop shot here at the 13th. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good parts.
Clean this up with a tap. Frank, you know full well, this can be a humbling game.
And an embarrassing game.
Old oaks and tall pines make this straightaway par 4 a really tight and demanding driving hole. Longer tee shots could leave a difficult side hill stance along the right side of the fairway. That two-tiered green is bunkered on both sides with the green sloping again from back to front. Players placing their ball below the hole will have chances for birdie.
There's something about a well-hit shot.
Excellent start off the tee. That's a great way to begin this hole. See if they can deliver another solid strike here. Second shot at the 14th. Frank, through the years, we have seen countless what we would call good ball strikers, great swingers of the golf club, but there is something else that separates those kinds of players with the truly great achievers in the sport. What is it?
Great achievers have more than one plan. I think most players, it's always good if they're playing their golf. But what do you do if your driving is off or if your iron play is off? Do you have a plan B? Great players not only have a plan B, they have a plan C as well. And that's the difference. So when you set foot on the first tee, you've also got to be aware of, what if my driver doesn't go as well as I would like to, or my iron play isn't as sharp? Can I still compete?
So they can turn 74 into a 71.
That's right. And at the end of a 4-day tournament, the 71 doesn't look so bad, even if somebody shot 65 that day. Remember, as you know, and both of us know now, when you look at 4 days, someone always plays average for a day, but they don't play bad.
Golf tournaments aren't 100-yard sprints, they're marathons.
Another good swing, another good approach shot.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Well, not in contention, but in for par. Now getting settled over the ball here at the 15th. East Lake, second of the par 5s on the course, 525 yards. That's a good start to the hole, right down the middle. Good lie in the fairway, a good chance to make something happen here. Frank, you played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself, and it's an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
You like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy?
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze. But down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Shouldn't be a problem here.
Frank, that is nothing more than a punch to the gut.
Oh, it's cruel, Rich. Good putt and deserves so much more. Another shot added, though.
I mean, takes the wind right out of your sails.
Good roll. Solid. That's a par. Moving on to number 16 now, 481-yard par 4.
That's a ginormous tee shot.
Frank, what makes this downhill shot a little trickier in terms of club selection and setup?
Because of the nature of the downhill, that ball's just going to come out a little lower. So you've got to take that into consideration. It might run a little more on the back end. This is not heading in the right direction.
Well, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Wow, Frank, he did well just to get it on the green from that lie.
I didn't think that was doable.
Getting set now over the putt.
Well, Frank, it's our job to get excited.
You can't when you leave it short, though.
I'm sad.
He's making my job hard.
So another bogey on the scorecard. And Frank, what happened this week?
I think it's a week to forget, Rich.
Just 2 holes left here at East Lake. Frank, we have another par 4 set at 455 yards. High winds, high scores. Let's see if he can put something together late. Beautiful looking shot right here. He just blasted that one down the fairway. Out there about 325 yards. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. That looked like a miss hit, Frank.
The lie was okay. It's a little surprising. Maybe wrong club.
Solid play, heart of the green. Just a couple of feet. And he makes it for par. The 18th hole here at East Lake is a par 3, 235 yards to the green. Frank, this one's not looking good.
Yeah, certainly not down the fairway line, heading toward the rough.
Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. This requires a lot of speed through the ball. Can't hide the flag stick from that man. How does that stay out?
I have no earthly idea. Let's crawl that. Hole's round. Ball's meant to go in.
So just a formality here. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Frank, we did see some good golf out there today, but others really struggled.
Yeah, any competitive player wants to win. We don't doubt that, but we know you're not going to win them all. So it's still important for every golfer to continue to gain experience, to actually get something out of each and every tournament they play in.
EA Sports and the United States Golf Association are proud to present a national championship. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the U.S. Open Championship.
And hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. We are at Oakmont Country Club in western Pennsylvania. Frank, the site of so many historic moments. Great players have made their mark here. Sam Snead, Ben Hogan, Jack Nicklaus, Ernie Els, a long and distinguished list.
Oakmont, if it's not the most difficult golf course in North America, Rich, it's certainly one of the most difficult golf courses. With its 210 bunkers, really personified by the church pews, the hard and slick greens that slope away from the player and the tight fairways. This golf course always requires the utmost precision.
Frank, if you win a U.S. Open, it says plainly you were one of the tough guys, that you had, as they say, the intestinal fortitude to handle the most difficult golf courses under the most extreme pressure.
Yeah, and I think that really does define certainly a multiple U.S. Open champion, because you can do anything once, but I think the Hale Irwins of the world, whose all his majors were U.S. Opens, even Lee Janzen, who won 2 U.S. Opens, they're gritty. Trevino's the same. I remember in the playoff with Jack Nicklaus at Merion when he threw the rubber snake down there, and you thought, well, why would you dare do that to one of the great players of all time? And anything to get a slight edge, because you knew the golf course itself was going to beat you up. It was going to take every ounce of your golfing acumen to get around there. So you needed any edge you could against the great players that you're playing against.
Uh-oh, this one's going left, Frank. Pretty good result right there, considering...
It looked rough all the way.
Exactly.
Rich, really did.
Frank, what does this second shot look like at the par 4 7th?
Well, normally on any other golf course, you'd say you've got enough green there to work with. But remember, in a US Open, with the firmness and the speed of these greens, if this ball is slightly offline, it's just going to funnel into one of those 2 bunkers on the right or that one in the back right. This is why you have to respect the middle of this green.
Those greens about as fast as that Pennsylvania Turnpike to the right of the 7th here. That one is bunker bound, it looks like. Well, he'll have to get up and down from the bunker to save his par. Well, bunker play is really about technique and feel. The two greatest ever are probably Gary Player and Seve Ballesteros. Seve actually was so good, he was so skilled, that he could open up a 3-iron, that's right, a 3-iron, on a short bunker shot from a green side bunker and splash it to a couple of feet as if he had just used a 60-degree sand wedge. Amazing. This is a cross-country special. That is a painful bogey at the 7th hole. These putts keep the round together. Never quite had enough oomph on that.
Yeah, sort of a wishy-washy stroke.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. So, with that, 3 over par now for the round. U.S. Opens, Frank, as you well know, you've played in so many of them, are supposed to be demanding and tough. This is what a U.S. Open's all about. A par 3 at nearly 300 yards. That's the 8th at Oakmont.
It's not just the length, too, but this is a typical Oakmont green, which means it's not easy. There is an option, though, if you can't reach this green, or at least fly it on, you might get a lucky bounce to kick forward. You'll see a lot of people chipping from around the front edge of this green, and there's no shame in that.
We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Frank, it hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
You wonder what he's thinking on that.
Frank, anything you do differently from the rough in terms of your swing? You hinge the club a little bit more quickly?
No, normally put the ball just a little bit further back in your stance because you want the club to be going down. Down, it's got to go down through the grass, through the ball.
Nice approach shot. He'll be happy with that. Frank, this is just an embarrassing performance.
There's no crying in golf, Rich.
And now to the 9th, and in case a player has forgotten somehow that he's at a U.S. Open, the 9th will remind him very quickly that this is the national championship. This is demanding. Well, that is a really good tee shot right there, Frank.
I think that tipped the 300-yard mark.
Tough approach shot here at the 9th.
this is looking really good.
No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie.
It's at sneaky distance. Just a fraction too aggressive. Remember, line and speed go together.
Sometimes you want that birdie so badly, and all of a sudden you're faced with a lot of work, more work than you had hoped for, just to make the par.
Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. And getting ready for the putt. A little bit of a misread there.
Yeah, it was makeable, that's for sure.
No one likes these. Putt for double bogey. No doubt would love to have this one back. That's a double bogey, 2 drop shots. Frank, the nice thing about golf is we have that little break in between nines. And if it's not going well, and that's the case right here, player has a chance to turn it around.
Yeah, this is where you have to dig into your memory bank. Obviously what you've done wasn't working, so you know what not to do.
This could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it.
That one is just a little offline, and that will not end up in the fairway. 99 yards away. Frank, Oakmont is important historically in so many ways. Principally because this was the first major championship victory for Jack Nicklaus back in 1962.
Yeah, Oakmont for some reason has defined people's career. It did with Hogan in '53 in the great year. We all know about Johnny Miller's '63 that was shot there, but you're right, in 1962 in his rookie year, Jack Nicklaus not only would win his first US Open, but he'd have to do it in a playoff, and he would have to do it against the game's most favourite player in Arnold Palmer in his backyard. So it was very difficult for a young Nicklaus to be the villain in the story, and yet he was just starting his career. But when they stood on the first tee, Arnold Palmer hitched up his trousers and thumped one down the fairway, and then he saw a young 22-year-old literally fly his tee shot, and he realised it was not only game on, but maybe what was up ahead for Arnold Palmer wasn't going to be as easy as what he thought. But we also saw the start of what was going to be the greatest run in golf, 18 major championships, but they started at Oakmont in 1962.
The winner's check for Jack Nicklaus in 1962, $17,500. How about that? That was not a very good read right there. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You're hitting good putts.
Nudge this one home, finish it up. So not his best work. He'll walk away with a bogey. Well, that'll do it for today. Not a great performance, not on the first page of that leaderboard.
Yeah, the people on the top of this leaderboard are there for a reason. They hit more fairways, more greens. It sounds easy, and I know this is a difficult course, but that's the way it's going to have to be played.
EA Sports and the United States Golf Association are proud to present a national championship. Today, it's live second round coverage of the U.S. Open Championship. Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside my friend and colleague Frank Nobilo. We are back in the state of Pennsylvania getting set to kick off the round here at one of the great golf courses in the world, Oakmont Country Club. Frank, you're very familiar with it because you were right in the mix down the stretch at the 1994 U.S. Open right here at Oakmont.
And Rich, it's so good just to be back here. There's so much history in Oakmont. It's been a host to so many prestigious tournaments in our sport, such as the U.S. Amateur, the U.S. Open, the Women's U.S. Open, and the PGA Championship. It's just one of the true gems on the golf landscape. That club must have melted after that one.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Oh, looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much.
just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
It's the beautiful part of golf. Brand new day, new hole. Remember, he made a bogey here yesterday, this time for birdie. Frank, where is that thing?
Yeah, thank God for small mercies.
Frank, you well know the U.S. Open is a thinking man's game, and this is a good example here, this short par 4 second hole.
It certainly is, Rich. It's not about length. It's not even about accuracy. It's about trying to pick the right shot. And the right shot is somehow finding that fairway between the left as it creeps in and the 6 bunkers on the right.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Second shot. Good look at the green. He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Different day, different hole. Made bogey yesterday. He'll do better this time, it looks like. This for bogey once again. Made bogey here yesterday. Settles in over the putt. Well, once you hit double to par, it's time to just pick up and move on. Frank, this hole, the third at 428 yards, has been a part of the U.S. Open story for a long time, for obvious reasons.
It's just a great par 4. It's a typical U.S. Open par 4 that challenges in between the ears as well as the swing and the execution itself. The second shot, slightly uphill. You really got to break this green into 2 sections. That ridge in the middle, anything past that, everything funnels off and towards the back of this green. Anything short of that, well, it actually goes towards the front side. So very difficult from tee all the way through to the green. Oh, that's fine.
Players still fighting the strong winds out there today. So this is where club selection becomes much more important. Uphill, make sure you have enough stick, and then swing away.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
That will be a great look at birdie. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
Been a little too much of that, Frank, just sort of ho-hum pars.
Now to the par 5 fourth. It is 609 yards. Frank, this has been pivotal in past U.S. Opens.
Yeah, it certainly has. A good drive here, there's a chance to go for the par 5 and 2. A bad drive here, finding the church pews or the bunkers on the right. More often than not, you're pitching out sideways. Totally different proposition.
Well, this one's sweet, Frank.
Super.
That's an absolute tracer right there. In the fairway and well over 320 yards.
Second shot.
Well, he'd like to have that one back in the bunker.
Still a chance to get it up and down.
You know how to play this shot, Frank, right? You keep your chin up, you look down your nose at the ball, you have to pick it cleanly, and keep your head still. On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity. Locked in on the read and the speed. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Drops for a par. Well, the good short par 4 has become standard at most modern U.S. Opens. Here's an example, Frank, 382-yard fifth.
Yeah, this is where you have to play the percentages. If you're going to play a hole 4 times, if I put myself in the fairway 4 times with a long iron, will I play the hole under par? That's the strategy here.
Frank, he is one of the longest hitters in the game, but at some point, you have to hit a fairway.
Yeah, he's certainly not the straightest. I think that was the bit you're going to put in the middle.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. From the rough, he manages to not only make the green, but get within easy striking distance of the hole. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
Has this to save par. continuing to putt with confidence. Frank, you played the U.S. Open and nearly won it back in 1994 at Oakmont, so you remember this par 3-6, the 194 yards. It's changed a bit since then. How?
It has. They've actually made the green a little bit bigger, and how they managed to do that, they took away a bunker that used to be behind the green a little on the left side. It's not really made the hole any easier, but it still suits like a little bit of a cut. And there's something that starts on those left bunkers and works its way back towards the middle of the green. The reason why that's a better shot is because the slope of the green goes in the opposite direction. So it's one way to keep the ball straighter.
This has not been a great round as we head toward the finishing stretch here. You can tell the winds have really affected the shots out on the course. Let's see if they can muster something coming to the finish line. That is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Just 5 feet left. Wow, that hurt.
It did. Shot gone forever.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. In for par.
Well, early exit for one of what I thought Rich was going to be the favorite, but their week's over.
Numbers don't lie in this case, in this sport, and now a missed cut. EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Mid-Season Classic. Always a pleasure to be along the coast of Maine, Lighthouse Point to be exact. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. Frank, this is sure to be another exciting day of golf out there. What are the challenges facing our players today?
The length of the golf course for a start, Rich. This golf course just under 7,700 yards. So it's one of the longest ones you'll play. And, of course, the cliffs, that's why it's called this, they certainly are in play. There is one double green out there. That's the 10th and the 13th hole. They share the same green. Lots of great design features, and you've got it on a prime day in great condition. So enjoy the round, and make sure you feast on the vistas as well.
Frank, one of our colleagues at Golf Channel, Brian Hammond's always liked to say, keep it in the short grass. It is nice to play from the fairway.
The game's so much easier from the fairway. Less decisions to be made. You don't have to worry about a flyer or the lip in front of the bunker or a tree. The game almost appears straightforward from there. Well, that's the best that was going to be on the fringe.
Not too bad. Well, Frank, this is something we've seen more and more of in recent years, players just on the fringe.
Yeah, it's good to see. It shows he's thinking. You don't just have to grab the lob wedge, and that's it. Hybrid, putt, you name it, whatever works.
Wow, what a shot.
What are the chances of making it from there?
Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one. Good swing, good shot yet again. Frank, it hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
You wonder what he's thinking on that.
All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know. It might just go in.
Pretty good shot right there. For the par. Frank, a solid par right there, maintains his position. Action flying all over the place. Let's get down now to the 13th. Frank, it's only the first round, but you're a believer that these can be as important as the final round.
Well, if you get yourself in contention, Rich, then obviously you get the momentum much easier, and the feeling of being in the hunt. That's going to give you the adrenaline rush, and you'll breeze through 4 rounds.
This has really been a challenge all day long with these winds coming from different directions, changing speeds. It's gone from 15 upwards to 25 miles per hour. Really a test for the players. Frank, this one's offline.
There's rough and thick stuff over there.
Well, he pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. You need a bit of force to extract one out of there.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. So missed the fairway, and now he's back where he needs to be.
Yeah, minimize the problems.
Little uphill to this green, Frank. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man.
Getting set now over the putt.
Impressive. Moves to 3 under for the tournament with that birdie. Now to the par 3 14th. It is 240 yards. What a golf course, Frank. I mean, this tests the best in the world. I'm talking about McIlroy and Jordan Spieth and Ricky Fowler. 700-yard par 5s and nearly 600-yard par 4s. This is all you want.
It certainly is, and that's why the total yardage of this golf course is nearly 7,700 yards. This par 3, just a beast at 240 yards. One thing you want to do, though, is avoid Lake Zimmer. It's a big body of water to the right. If anything, though, look at the green. It shapes a little to the right. So you can use that left side of the green, which is away from the lake. It's a smart way to play this. Really. This is an awkward length.
That was a nice birdie, and no doubt he's feeling pretty good about his position on this leaderboard.
A series of good holes in a row has got him to this point.
The round continues at Lighthouse Point, and Frank, the 15th hole is a par 4, only 387 yards.
Well, that was a beautiful drive, Frank. Really good position to take advantage.
Sitting up beautifully in the fairway.
Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green. Should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. That's good work by the former PGA teaching professional, one of the best instructors in the country, with a birdie, and now inside the cut line. So through one round, Frank, our leader really put on a good show today.
They certainly did, Rich. It was truly a great performance, especially from tee to green. It's not easy to come out of the gates like that.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the Mid-Season Classic. New course to most of the golfers on tour. This challenging layout just opened in 2015. Today, we're along the east coast of Maine. Rich Lerner with Frank Nobilo. We'll be calling all the action from the cliffs at Lighthouse Point.
Another great design from Brand Patel, and they really threw the boat out here. Some excellent choice of holes, and you're going to see the changes in elevation. You get this on a windy day, and of course 7,700 yards will play even longer than that. A nice calm day though, Rich, and you really can shoot a good score out here.
Frank, as we stand here at the fourth and look out, no mistaking where we're at. I know I'm having some lobster for dinner tonight.
Or some clam chowder. The best comes from this area. Well, actually, for the ocean, though, anything that strays a little left off this tee will find that ocean. And believe me, there's been more than one ball hit down there. Generous fairway, that's really the goal in the tiniest of green. If you find the green, you're going to have a birdie putt. A very short one indeed.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here.
If you hit enough shots, every now and again, one's going to go in.
Crazy, crazy game.
The fairway here, very small green and well protected by that bunker short and right of this green. So if you miss the fairway, this hole becomes very difficult indeed quite quickly.
All right, the winds are starting to pick up. Frank, you've played in conditions all over the world. What's the right way to approach it?
Well, you've really got to find out, first of all, the direction of the wind, and you have to be certain of it right now. And plus, if there's a gust, that's something you've got no control over.
So this is where club selection becomes much more important. Uphill, make sure you have enough stick, and then swing away. That one inside of 10 feet, really dialed in. And getting ready for the putt. Just continuing to play some really good golf. 8 under par for the championship. Now at the 6th hole, it's a par 3, just under 200 yards. Where's the challenge here, Frank?
Well, you've got to love that bunker on the left side, Rich, especially because it's shaped like a letter L. Got to fly that. Green's not too deep. So really the challenge is trying to flight that ball in amongst the breeze should it kick up.
That's well played. Places it about 10 feet out for birdie. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. Go ahead and do that for birdie. Now to the 7th hole here at Lighthouse Point. Frank, we all love the shorter par 4s.
There's so many decisions to be made here at 7. If you look at the scorecard, it's not very long, but when you start to flash your driver down that right side, you'll notice that fairway gets very narrow. So the decision is really that's the prudent play or not. From there, it's just a short iron in, and you should be looking at birdie.
That is a really good tee shot right there, Frank.
I think that tipped the 300-yard mark.
Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. This is how the game is supposed to be played. This has been just outstanding. Beautiful to watch. This is a good-looking shot. That will be a great look at birdie. Locked in on the read and the speed. Never a doubt, looking to make a statement today. Getting set at the 8th hole. It's a par 3 of 165 yards. Break it down for us, partner.
This gets really narrow in the middle of this green, Rich. That's sort of the biggest problem. Matter of fact, only had 12 yards from that left side to the right in the middle. And the green itself actually is 3 times that in length, 36 yards. So straightness is the key here.
Tugged that one a little bit offline to the left. And he'll pay a bit of a price because that rough is fairly thick. You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish. But, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
Pretty much doing everything right this week. 11 under for the tournament.
So all the scores have been posted for round number 2, and look who is on top of the leaderboard, Frank.
Yeah, with 2 very solid rounds of golf. Key right now, just stay out of your own way and keep it up. The pressure will start to build. We know that as you get closer to the end of this tournament.
EA Sports is proud to present PGA Tour coverage. Today we're located in La Quinta, California, getting set to take on this very challenging course. It's the stadium course at PGA West, designed by none other than the man behind TPC Sawgrass, Pete Dye. Diabolical, Frank. How would you describe the layout of the golf course?
I think diabolical is the first thing that would come to mind. This is how Pete Dye got his reputation, by building these type of golf courses. Matter of fact, in 1987, the players voted. They didn't want to keep coming back here. They thought it was too tough. But it has been used as a tour qualifying site. So if you think it's too tough for the regular pro, you imagine trying to qualify for your PGA Tour card and playing this. This is a tough test.
This could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it.
So that ball nestles down in the rough. Just got away a little bit on that tee ball.
Good contact, good result. Frank, golf may be the best sport to follow from this standpoint. You can get closer to the great athlete in golf than you can in any other sport. You could stand 5 feet from Tiger Woods at a tee box as he's getting ready to drive. I mean, that's really unusual in sports.
Yeah, it's a different type of spectator sport, especially if you follow your favorite player all the way around the golf course. Because it's not like waiting for your favorite hitter in a baseball game. You know, you've got to wait several innings. You can literally see him hit every single shot, drive through to putt.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. One under early in the round. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Makes the putt and goes to 1 under.
Second hole's just 371 yards. Frank, are players licking their chops thinking they need to make a 3 here?
Yeah, if you can just accept the fact that you're going to have a longer second shot than you'd think for a hole of 370 yards, then that's the first way to overcome this. Just put yourself a short iron in your hand. Do the attacking with the second shot.
We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
Frank, for a long time, the stadium course at PGA West was thought to be too difficult for the professionals. How'd that happen?
wasn't really unusual. A lot of Pete Dye courses when they first came out with the wooden bulkheads, so visually intimidating. It's such a departure from traditional golf design that players, they weren't very receptive to it. They thought it was too punishing, and yet now we look some 20, 30 years later, Pete Dye is going to go down with the Mackenzies, the Donald Rosses, the C.B. McDonalds as one of the most innovative and one of the great architects that actually changed the direction that the game's gone.
Back in the late 1980s, the Tour Pros actually refused to go back to the stadium course. They signed a petition to get it removed as one of the host courses, a ban that effectively ran until 2015. But now the Career Builder Challenge will return to the rotation in 2016. Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
Oh no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
Looks like he just misread that. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. So 2 under early on. These putts keep the round together. So with that, the score is now at even par. Now to the third hole, a par 4, 471 yards. Frank, break this hole down for us.
Well, the trouble appears down that left side with the series of bunkers, but you've got to take into account the trees that are well positioned down the right side. Plus, as you can see, this fairway is not exactly flat. Oh, if this is up, it's good.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Wow, that is a monster drive down there. About 315 yards. All right, Frank, what do you think of this second shot here at the third?
Player gets a big opportunity here. Even though this green is 35 yards deep, it just angles away to the left side. As long as you don't leave the ball out that right side, there's a good chance for a birdie here at 3.
go. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
Second shot here at the third. Bunkers guarding the front left of this green.
Should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. That is a beauty, a real beauty. Ends up in the first cut, and he'll have a pretty good look at the whole location from here. Getting set now over the putt.
It doesn't go in, you got to add another one to the scorecard.
And that's where the golf ball's just staring at you and mocking you and laughing at you.
You know deep down it's smiling too, don't you?
This for birdie. Frank, this is the kind of start every player wants.
Yeah, swinging it well. Certainly hitting the ball in the right place there. And, good thing, too. He's actually putting well.
Frank, this is our first par 3 of the day. The fourth, about 192 yards.
And it's called sandpit. So if you're not on the green, chances are you're getting that lob wedge or sand wedge out. The green is 36 yards deep. Got a nice little sort of hump and hollow roll to it. Mini roller coaster.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Back to par for the round. Just 5 feet left. Four under on the deck. Well, here we are at the first par 5 of the day. The fifth, 535 yards. Frank, break it down.
It's called double trouble. Reason why, there's the lake on the tee shot on the left side, and then he's reversed it up there on the second shot. He put the lake on the right. Oh, I like that.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Well, it is nice to have that one in your bag, to be able to hit it that long.
Yeah, that has to be at least 315 yards.
Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. Certainly had enough power, just didn't have any touch. Frank, he could make eagle right here with a really good approach shot.
Yeah, well within his reach, too. And, Rich, if we just sit back and relax here, I think we're going to see perhaps a very good look at eagle coming up.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Stuffed it in there really close, and now just a tap in. Good scoring opportunity. Third shot here at the par 5. Oh, dude, that in the hole. Tremendous shot.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point.
Starting to put something special together. 6 under par. Well, the architect Pete Dye is known for visual intimidation. We see it at TPC Sawgrass at the Players every year. And you see it right here, Frank, at this 255-yard par 3/6 with water everywhere you look.
Yeah, you could make an argument here that it suits a little bit of a cut, like a Lee Trevino-style fade that starts at the left and moves its way to the green, but then that's also moving back towards the water. Conversely, if you try and fly it over that water on the right side with a little bit of a draw, then the green starts to run out on the left side. Have I made it sound hard? Well, the way that came out, really lucky to be on the fringe.
He'll still have a good chance to come out of here with a decent score.
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Frank, a little chip shot here from the fringe. Now, a lot of options. I've seen some players hit 6-iron. Others will shut down like a sand wedge.
Yeah, there's two schools of thought. Some people just try and perfect like one club. But really, the best chippers chip with a variety of clubs.
Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
What a putt. Just missed, Frank.
That's cruel.
Good chunk of real estate here. 22 feet away.
Oh, what a putt from long distance, bottom of the barrel. Clean this up with a tap. Did the job right there.
We're at the 7th now, 346 yards with plenty of water on that right side. How do you handle this one, Frank?
You've got to pick a target there. A lot of people think when they're laying up off the tee, and that's exactly what this hole is. You just blaze away at something down the left side. But if you're going to pick a tree, don't just pick the tree. Pick a branch or a leaf. Be more specific. What a great shot.
Frank, not overly long, but still a pretty good spot and in the fairway.
Yeah, that's in that 280 mark.
Tasty looking right there from just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
This is a good looking shot. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Setting up for the approach, this player in total command.
Yeah, it's beautiful. The decision-making, club selections being spot on, but the execution, the swing, is really what I'm admiring right now.
Good putt, now at -3. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall.
Now we're at the 8th hole here at PGA West in La Quinta, California. 559-yard par 5. Frank, what are the options here?
A good tee shot, you can certainly reach this par 5 and 2. There's a crosswalk that comes across in that vicinity of 330 yards. That's sort of the green light area if you can get it down there. Anything short of that, it becomes very much a three-shotter. But if you can get it close to that crosswalk that goes there, then certainly this becomes opportunity knocks.
Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Really good play off the tee, at least 300 yards and in the fairway. Frank, mistake-free golf. You hope you can keep it together. Possibility of a very special round here.
Yeah, the only real thing to worry about is not to get too far ahead of yourself. At the moment, the swing looks tremendous. And just keep the round ticking over, one hole at a time. I know it sounds like a cliche, but right now, he's exactly where he wants to be. Second shot.
That was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up. And now the second shot here at this par 5. This is just a superb performance. Great round to this point, Frank, and you can really see that reflected in his mood today.
Yeah, it just looks too easy. Swinging the club beautifully. Ball's going exactly where he wants it to. He's not trying to take too many risks. So consequently, he's getting birdie opportunity after birdie opportunity. This looks like it's going to find the target.
This is a pretty long putt here. You'd be happy to get this to within 2 or 3 feet. You really want to take the stress out of that next putt. Always two components to the long lag putt, the speed, number one, and then the read. And missed out on that second part. That would have been a real bonus had it dropped, but as it is, good putt.
Shouldn't be a problem here.
Frank, just a surgical touch out there.
And the scorecard reflects yet another birdie.
He has this for a birdie.
Putting a good round together now at 4 under.
Frank, the ninth hole at 452 yards, but that water down the right is really a test of a player's driving ability, isn't it?
It is, and his ability to sort of take the shot on. Ideally, just something with a little bit of a fade, unless you can carry the ball 300 yards, then you can get it just past that bunker. But when you look at this hole, notice how that fairway just starts to open up. So Pete Dye will reward an aggressive tee shot, but also he'll punish it if it's wayward. Oh, beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Frank, you think about the great rivalries in sports, the Yankees and the Red Sox, Ollie and Frazier, and in golf, Nicklaus and Palmer. Great athletes, great teams pushing one another to great heights.
It's amazing how that's gone forward too, because Nicklaus and Palmer really became Nicklaus and Watson. Then there was like Norman Faldo, but some would say that Faldo Ballesteros, 6 majors to 5, was even more important. But in this era that we're in now, I think we're all praying for that Woods-McIlroy rivalry. Woods with 14 majors, McIlroy already with 4. That really is one to salivate over.
Frank, the tee shot was certainly challenging, and this second shot is as well.
Yeah, both the tee shot and the second shot require you to come in from that left side. The green itself angles to the right a little bit. The trouble, as we know, is all on the right side. But this is one of those holes. You can see it on the tee and on the second shot. If you ride a 4 down, you're happy.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Player really needs to be dialed in here. This approach shot is not easy by any stretch here at the ninth.
Safely on deck.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Starting to move in the right direction. 5 under after that made putt.
Rich Lerner pleased to be alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. Back to PGA West, getting set for the back 9 and the 10th hole. It's a good-looking hole, Frank, at 416 yards.
It certainly gets your attention, just the visual there. This is one of those holes, if you've got a caddy, you say, oh, what's that carry over the bunker on that left side where the water is? He'll tell you it's like 240 yards. And then you say, well, what's it to the bunkers on the right? Well, to get past those ones on that right side, you're in the vicinity of 300 yards. This is a hole that you'll scratch your head.
Cracked that one out there here at the 10th, and now he's put himself in a really good spot to get after this flagstick.
So, sizing up the approach shot here at the par 4 10th, what's a player trying to work out right now with their caddy?
Distance club selection is always the situation here when you have something to carry and something to stay short of.
Superb shot.
Well, that's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Frank, again, this would appear to be a pretty good scoring opportunity.
This is so much about getting the distance right here. Bunkers on the left. There's the water to carry, that's needless to say, but also the mounding that's just behind the screen and to the right. It's very easy to just take the trouble out of play in the front and then find the trouble behind the screen. So, second shot, judging the distance, imperative here.
Just 5 feet left. Now to double figures under par. That's a good place to be. 10 under. And go ahead and do that for birdie.
Frank, how about this hole, the par 5 11th? Long one.
Oh, it is. And, anything over 600 yards, only the longest it is the Bubba Watsons, the Dustin Johnsons of the world. The other ones that can get home on a hole like this. For the other ones, even those bunkers down the left side are sort of in play. You at least have to give them a cursory look off the tee. Nothing wrong with a hole at a par 5 that you can't reach. You can still play it as a 3-shotter. And in some respects, you get rewarded for laying up here because that water that comes in on the left-hand side, that's not going to be in play.
That appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that hanging in the sky. Rich, there's great drivers of the ball. We've seen Norman, Nicklaus over the years, but that there is just excellent. Lovely full turn, plenty of power, and just piped it.
Made it look easy right there, and he's such a good-looking player. When he's dialed in, swinging the way he is right now, just a pleasure to watch. Playing his second shot here at the par 5. Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. We're also seeing more long putters in the game.
Yeah, there's a choice. If you don't feel comfortable with a normal grip and you've got a few nerve issues, then you can use a longer version, jam it in your chest, have a different fulcrum point.
Frank, what's involved here in the third shot now at the par 5 11th?
Just really setting up a good angle for that third shot. This is when you lay up, it always pays just to check where the flag is. You want to sort of have a nice, comfortable look or angle to the flag.
Pretty good shot right there, about 10 feet away, setting up the putt for birdie. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. So with that make, now at 7 under par. And he has it for birdie. To the par 4 12th here at PGA West, short at 363 yards. Well, this one has a chance to be really good. That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from that.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Oh, can't hide the flag stick from that man. So yet another short iron shot into a par 4 here at the 12th. Getting set now over the putt. Building something very special at 12 under par. Just a couple of feet. Just drip that in.
Well, it's 4 1/4 inches. Use it all.
Frank, what do you make of this par 3 13th at 214 yards?
It's another example of Pete Dye using those sort of very harsh wooden bulkheads that give you that such a definitive line around the edge of the green. Plus, it's his ability to turn a straight hole into a very angular or crooked looking hole. And there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Great effort right there, and a great chance to knock in that short putt.
Hazard.
Maybe wet. Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. You may have lost track at home, but we're keeping count, and that is 9 under for the day. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, what's the best way to make 3 here at this 389-yard par 4 14th?
I'm not sure, really. I know there's 2 definitive options, hitting it down the left or carrying over the bunker. And I think that's another example of Pete Dye. There's one of those holes you never really know if you've made the right play until you finish the hole.
That was just a beautiful drive. And hit it solid and right in the middle. Strong wind here early in the round. How do you think this is going to affect the players, Frank?
Well, they've got to be clever on club selection and the type of shot they want to hit now. Fine. That's an absolute beauty.
All right, partner, walk us through this approach shot here at the 14th.
You have to respect the back of the screen as it starts to narrow up. The widest part of the screen is the front. The advantage of that, though, if you do leave it a little bit shorter, you are putting uphill.
That's how you play the game, right there. Stick it in close and then knock in the birdie. Second shot, good look at the green. This won't hurt him, Frank.
Just a little left of the flag. That's fine.
And getting ready for the putt.
Just when you think you're going to make birdie. Now, have to really concentrate on this and at least make par.
Shouldn't be a problem here. Knocking down all the shots today, now at 13 under. Could use this one. This is for par. That's good work. That's a good par right there.
Par 4 15th, measuring in at 468 yards.
Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway.
long and straight.
That's how you do it.
Second shot now at 15.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Boy, I'm reminded of what an old caddy used to say about the great Lanny Watkins when he was on fire. You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Locked in on the read and the speed.
Well, that's how you keep a round going, make putts just like that. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either.
Now minus 10 for the round.
Frank, this could be an exciting and pivotal point in the round, the par 5 16.
Especially if the player decides to have a go here. If you're going to take it on a direct line, then you've got to carry all of that bunker complex. But then the other thing to realize, what's the worst thing that can happen? Just in the bunker, right? It's worth a go. Either that, hit it down the right side. There's no way you're going to reach this par 5 and 2. Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy.
Frank, that swing looks lively and strong.
Oh, that had to fly 300. It's close to 310.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one. Second shot.
Nice position, short grass, second shot. Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Third shot, looking for a good one. That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Well, the great hits just keep coming. Moves to minus 11 on the day. Just 5 feet left. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Well, Frank, the most famous island green obviously is TPC Sawgrass, Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida. Pete Dye's creation. People forget this is also an island green here in the California desert.
And it's called Alcatraz, and I've never heard of anyone trying to break into Alcatraz.
Good swing, good shot yet again. That will be a great look at birdie. Okay, 160 yards left to the flag. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
These putts keep the round together. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
And he's putting for par now. 15 under for the day. That has to feel good. That's a birdie. One great hole after another here at PGA West. The finishing hole, no exception.
Frank, what can we expect here?
Great finishing hole. It's amazing. If you took the 3 bunkers we're first going to see down the right side, this would almost be a nothing hole. But because they're perfectly situated here, they really shrink up that driving area down the left side. And this is just a reward for a great swing, a great strike, a great shot. There's something about a well-hit shot.
Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Frank, this approach shot seems pretty straightforward. Just don't hit it left.
Yeah, it's a tough second shot. It's that visual. Once again, you've got that green that's angled to the left. But once again, like a few holes out here, you do not have to hit directly at this flag. You're allowed to move that flag manually 15, even 20 feet to the right. There's nothing wrong with that.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Settles in over the putt. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Good putt. Frank, just some great golf here today.
Yeah, that's a round to remember. Not often you play that well and you feel like you were head and shoulders above the rest of the field.
What a thrill to watch. And for Frank Nobilo and our entire team, I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now. Coverage coming your way is presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. We are here at TPC Sawgrass in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida. Rich Lerner, pleased as always to be alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports, set to bring you all the action. Frank, what are the keys to success around the stadium course?
Staying dry is one thing, Rich. Water is everywhere. It's tempting, it's punishing. And also remember, ever since this golf course was established back in 1980, we've seen every type of player win this, from the straight to the long. But the only common denominator out of all the champions that have graced this great golf course is nerve and the ability to finish.
That ball's run out certainly over 300 yards, Frank. Call it about 310.
Frank, what's the best way to get at this first hole?
Ideally, you want to go with a short iron. Makes it easier to keep the ball on the right level. Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
Well, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one.
Second shot, good look at the green. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Set to go. Not an easy shot by any means. Perfect. And in the hole. What a shot. Has the putt, and now at -1. Frank, what do you make of the par 5 second?
Doglegs to the left, so there's a decision to be made here all the time, but a good hooking tee shot, that takes the trees on the left out of play, and even the rough on the right. Good tee shot here. I've seen people get home with as little as a 5-iron.
That appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that hanging in the sky.
And that's going to stay on the fairway here at the second hole. Set for his next shot from a good position in the fairway. 17 for most professionals, Frank, is a wedge or at most a 9-iron. That's a simple shot. What makes it so difficult?
Well, several things. The fact that the color of the hazard is yellow, which is a water hazard, so if you know your rules, then if that ball lands on the green and pitches in the lake, you have to go to a drop zone. You don't get to just drop it on a piece of land. And so even for the best players in the world, there's intimidation and there's embarrassment at stake.
You know what I love about 17? It is really simple. Wet or dry. And now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. There are a number of really good and important grow the game initiatives out there. One of those is the First Tee program, and that allows youngsters who otherwise might not have an opportunity, the chance to put a golf club in their hands, allows them the chance to pick up this game and learn some of the core values that come along with it. It's about much more than making a score. It's about integrity. This game is so good in instilling those kind of characteristics in young people. Crucial eagle attempt on the way. Right now, the third shot here at the par 5.
Yeah, be very aware on what level that flag is. If it's on the back right, you must fly it all the way up there. The easiest one is that left side. You can use the mound or go straight at the flag.
Might want to check the GPS on a putt this long. Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. Just a couple of feet. So 2 under early on. Just a tap in to finish the hole. Makes the putt and moving in the right direction. 2 under par. Setting up for the third hole here at TPC Sawgrass, relatively short par 3 at 177 yards.
But you've got to carry that ball at least 4 or 5 yards onto this green, even when it's firm.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. That is a beauty, a real beauty. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Well, you could see he thought he had that.
It looked in the whole way until the end.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Par attempt here. Did the job right there. That's 2 under par, playing well. Hole number 4 here at TPC Sawgrass, 384-yard par 4 deep fairway bunker to the right of the landing zone. You want to avoid that. What else is there to look out for, Frank?
Those huge mounds on the left, they're just as penal really as the bunker on the right. So this is one where you have to pick an object in the distance. Really focus on that.
Frank, the second here at the 4th is a dangerous shot.
Once again, this is another example of where you have to look at the green. Where exactly is the flag? If it's on that high portion, you've got to fly it all the way back.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. And getting ready for the putt. Holding steady now at 2 under par. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Nice solid start to the round. Tee to green looks to be in command.
Yeah, it's surprising. I thought he might have been a little shaky out of the gate, but certainly proved me wrong.
5th hole, good par 4, isn't it, Frank?
If ever a hole was built for Lee Trevino, who used to love to cut it, this would be the hole that just looks and screams for a shot that's hit left to right. And that's the only way really to avoid bunkers left and long, and that one that's all the way down the right side. Oh, beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag. Safely on deck.
What a nice shot. Right on the green and a pretty easy putt on the way. Right in the fairway and 180 yards from here. These putts keep the round together. Just a little too much juice on that birdie putt, Frank.
It was bold, very bold.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Wow, that hurt.
It did. Shot gone forever.
For the par. In for par. So just a formality here. Now at 1 under for the round. Hole number 6, I really like this hole, Frank. It's fun par 4.
Yeah, very claustrophobic tee shot, heading through that chute to the fairway. Starts to open up and then it sort of shrinks in again because of all the palm trees around this green. But very short par 4. So if you're good with a wedge, good chance for 3.
He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time. Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Frank, now the second shot here at hole number 6.
Yeah, not overly long, but be very aware of these palm trees that are short. Many a shot's caught those trees coming into this green.
That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Frank, not close, but not bad either.
You can always make the odd 20-footer, and that's exactly how far they are away.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Settles in over the putt. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it.
Really. This is that awkward length.
Wow, I thought he made that. Came to the putt, excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, a little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important that this one goes in.
Knocks that putt in for par to stay at 3 under. Makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under for the round. And that's in for a par. 7th hole here at TPC Sawgrass generally plays into the wind, one of the stadium course's most difficult greens to hit, Frank.
It's a really weird tee shot here. You have those 3 little pot bunkers down the right, and then that bunker that meanders once again all the way down the left side. The bunker that's just slightly right of the canal. Very awkward angle off the tee.
That appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that hanging in the sky.
Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway. Frankie's cranking it and banking it. Giant drives, a boatload of birdies. What a round.
Yeah, these are the days you just dream for. We know golf's not that easy, but on a day like today, savor it and just keep going. Keep doing it.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Frank, can you recall a situation where before an important round, an instructor gave you one small tweak, maybe flare your left toe out, or just shift a little bit of the weight onto the back foot, where the instructor gave you that one small bit of advice and it made a huge difference?
Yeah, the list is too long, Rich, and it's normally just someone that you've trusted over the years, and we all make just little bad habits. Sometimes you're stooped over a little bit more than normal. You're not standing tall enough. The ball is too far back in your stance or too far forward. You're making a funny little move, or your grip is different. It's always the little things that add up to the big problem.
Now the approach to the 7th. Frank, what do you need to be mindful of here?
It's rather narrow in the front of this green, and then there's some mounds both right and left. Be very aware of those mounds. They can actually help you out.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Shouldn't be a problem here. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
So a tester from 4 feet. Putting a good round together now at 4 under. Getting set now over the putt. Steady, solid, and at 1 under par right now. Frank, 17 here at TPC Sawgrass gets all the attention when you look at the par threes, justifiably so. But number 8 is a daunting challenge in its own right.
It is, longest of the 4 par threes, plus it's just littered with bunkers around the side, the back, and the front.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Well, too bad, Frank. That one rolled right off the green.
It was just coming out so hot.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie.
Second shot.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Good effort and good par putt. A makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under par. Nudge this one home, finish it up. Did the job right there. Frank, I think this is one of the most fascinating holes on the golf course. The 583-yard par 5 ninth hole.
With technology now, a lot more players can reach this par 5 and 2. Gone are the days where it was a true 3-shotter, but I remember when Sergio Garcia hit that 3-wood from, what was it, 270, 280 yards? Still one of the best shots I've ever seen.
Excellent looking shot here. That's nice to roll in a 25-footer now and then. Those feel good. But still, there's nothing like hitting that perfect tee ball. Long and straight.
Yeah, you can puff out your chest, last to play, the advantage, holes shorter. Basically, the list goes on.
Strong winds have been a factor all day here, Frank. What's the key to scoring low in conditions like this?
Well, sometimes you've almost got to make the ball go to ground. You've just got to keep it out of those high breezes, play away from the trouble. Oh, that's fine.
Players bracing against these strong, gusty winds. Really a challenge out there. And now the second shot here at this par 5. Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Right in the heart of the fairway, green light special. Frank, can one small tweak from an instructor lead to a big turnaround?
With the right player, yeah. You just want to hear the right message. It's like anyone in life. You just want to be pointed in the right direction.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
How'd you like that strike?
That was top of the tree.
Frank, narrow entryway to this green here at the 9th. Short shot, but kind of difficult.
Yeah, don't want to get too aggressive here. You missed the green on the left, that bunker there. Very difficult to get it up and down. And of course, there's the two little pop bunkers on the right side.
And getting ready for the putt. Wow, that hurt.
It did. Shot gone forever.
Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Solid par to remain 1 under. Clean this up with a tap. Takes care of business, 5 under par. Excellent front side, trying to keep it going here on the second 9.
He's just playing beautifully, hitting so many good shots, giving himself so many opportunities. Can he keep it going?
Beautiful looking shot right here. Frank, that swing looks lively and strong.
Oh, that had to fly 300. It's close to 310. long and straight.
That's how you do it. This is going to be a tough day on the links. I mean, even the Seagulls are walking to work. Second shot. Good look at the green. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. That's good stuff right there. Wonderful approach, and now a really good look at birdie. Second shot now at the 10th, and again, Frank, accuracy is at a premium.
Yeah, gone are the days to sort of thrash it out of the trees like Phil Mickelson. Ideally, coming out of that fairway, you're hitting to a green that moves to the right, so that makes it a little bit more difficult than what the mind's eye first sees.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Rolling the rock, Frank.
Oh, and yet another birdie, Rich. Beautiful stroke.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Now to the 11th, par 5.
Good tee shot, and then you certainly think about hitting a hybrid or a lofted fairway wood into this green that's really narrow, one of the narrowest on the golf course. There's a little pot bunker left of this green when you go for two that often swallows up that second shot if it's a little bit too conservative. But there's a lake there. Seen more than one ball splash in the pond over the years. Great Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's the next one. Judging by that light, it's not going to be too hard.
Well, this one's sweet, Frank.
Super.
Looking to keep it going here, Frank.
Yeah, another example of things just working as they should.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is. There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. Sometimes you get breaks, and he got one right there.
Yeah, I guess the bunker was a little smaller than I thought it was. It looked doomed for that.
Frank, how about this third shot to the par 5 11?
Well, coming from the right side, once again, you have to be exact on the distance because that green now is at the wrong angle.
Making it look easy at this point. Another beautiful approach shot. Third shot, looking for a good one. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Well hold, now to 3 under par. Just 5 feet left. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Here now, the 12th hole at the TPC Sawgrass. It's a 358-yard par 4, so short on the card, Frank, but obviously a challenge. What's the key here?
Once again, trying to find that right position on the fairway, and that's down the right side. Anything down the left, that mound is going to block your view.
Well, he pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. Going to need a bit of force to extract one out of there. There's something about a well-hit shot.
Excellent drive right there, Frank.
Circa 310.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. And now he has this for the birdie. 8 under par for the round. Drops for a birdie. Frank, 17 gets so much attention here at the TPC Sawgrass, but 13, par 3, is exciting in its own right.
It is, and it's actually more difficult than 17. One of the reasons it's longer, and also the green here. 17 obviously has two sections in it, front and top. This has, I don't think there's a flat piece on it. And every now and again we watch a ball roll all over this green and actually find the cup for the odd ace. This one's going left, Rich.
Not knocking down the flagstick here, but looks as though it will find the green. Safely aboard. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. You've let one go. You've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
He's made it. Frank, historically in this great championship, 14 has proven to be a pivotal hole.
Everybody focuses on the finish here, but you're absolutely right, Rich. This can be an absolute scorecard wrecker because if you spin your drive left, the drop back, perhaps on the ladies' tees, you can make 6 in a heartbeat. You try and air to the right, you can make 6 from the mounds. So a good drive down 14 gives you a chance for that fast finish. Oh, they've had some meat behind it.
Frank, there's a lot to factor in on this approach at the 14th.
You can favor right side of this green and sort of allow the contours of the green just to move that ball to the left.
Midway through this back nine, could use this birdie here at the 14th. Nice position, short grass, second shot. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid.
It's that sneaky distance.
That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
No, sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Knocked that down for par. Remains at 4 under. Those keep the round going, those par putts. Back to the TPC Sawgrass, the 15th hole. It's a par 4 as we make our way to this finishing stretch. And Frank, what's in store for the players here?
Another one of those par 4s around 450 yards. Ideally hit it tee shot down the right side, keeping it away from that bunker. But that's a flat bunker down the right with no lip, so it's still not too bad. The biggest problem here is that green. So many undulations on this green.
Really good drive here, about 320 yards and straight.
Frank, what's the key on this approach here at the 15th?
Well, knowing exactly where that pin placement is, Rich. There's mounding, there's that little gut out of the right side of this green. If you miss your mark here, that ball can easily finish 30 or 40 feet away.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Frank, once again, precision is so important as we look at this second shot to the 15th.
Yeah, you're looking at the flag here. You're looking at birdie. But if you miss, that big bunker on the left will swallow it up. And there's two little pop bunkers on the right. Tough to get it up and down.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Just misses. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knocking in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect. But it was going to hurt the course.
Starting to move in the right direction. 5 under after that made putt. Simple, solid, and he'll take it.
But one that you need to make.
Frank, fans watching, they love excitement in the game. 16's an exciting hole, isn't it?
Well, that's where you get it, because you hear the roars. You start to see the big crowds that go all the way around 16, 17, and 18T. You feel where you are in the tournament, too. A movement that starts at 16 can be carried all the way to the clubhouse. Second shot.
He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time. Playing his second shot here at the par 5.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Couldn't have done much better than that. An eagle is very possible. Third shot, looking for a good one. Pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Almost. Wow. He'd settle for par here. And he's putting for eagle now. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall.
Has it for par. Stays at -5. Frank, not to plant the seed of doubt, but we must deliver the facts here on this telecast. 44 balls in the water a couple of years ago, 28 last year.
Rich, that's the announcer's curse. What will he do?
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
That is a really good shot landing close to the flagstick. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Well, in the words of the late, great baseball commentator for the Yankees, Phil Rizzuto, it's time for Holy Cow, Whitey. That's 11 under par. Really has it going at 5 under. Now to the 18th hole here at TPC Sawgrass, 462-yard par 4, Frank, and another example of visual intimidation from the designer, Pete Dye.
Those wooden bulkheads that go all the way down the left side of 18 give you like an optical illusion, Rich. And there's not a single fairway bunker on the right to give you something specifically to aim at. So you've got to fixate on one of those trees. This is not a hole where you want to be looking at anything other than a specific target.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards.
Ah, nice.
Looks good. Frank, really challenging second shot here at the home hole, the 18th.
You have to be decisive going in here. You can see all the trouble in front of you. Water left, that mounding on the right. Neither place really is good to go. So somehow you've got to muster up your best shot.
Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Well, you can hear it right off the center of the club face. This has a chance to be close. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus.
Frank, that's not one you're necessarily thinking about making.
No, just a good putt, though. There's no two ways about that. He's putting well.
That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
Close. Couldn't ask for much more on that putt. Now a 7-footer. Frank, amazing how this hole has gotten away.
Yeah, he's not Robinson Crusoe. Happened to everybody that's played this game.
So that's a drop shot. And he's putting for par now. How about 5 under par for the day? Frank, a lot to like in this performance today.
Oh, it is. There's so many positives to take out of this round. Not just the possibility to win this week, but going forward.